I think we were pretty
Texas
spot on, buddy.
on the road against Florida, and if you haven't seen it, like Emac said, I did a breakdown of Carson Beck and Miami's offense on our YouTube channel. Also did a breakdown of Texas and what is up with their team, especially on the offensive side of the football. I have a DJ Lagway one coming out later on Monday as well. But let's start with I hate starting with the losers first, but you got to with Texas losing this game. Texas offensively, what we said happened. And the problem is this isn't like a one-time thing for Texas. This is now 5 games
Yeah.
of inadequate play at the offensive line. Um, Receivers average not creating separation, and then Arch showing moments, but never really putting together a full game. And it's 5 weeks of the same thing over and over again,
Mhm.
and we'll continue to say this. At this point in the season, Emac, you are who you are,
Right.
and this is a big problem going forward, especially next week as they get ready for Oklahoma.
Yeah, huge. I mean, you look at what this Florida defense did to them, hitting him a ton, sacking him like 6 times. Oklahoma's coming. Like I'm you said it, I'm thinking it. Like we're a little worried for this dude's like well-being in this
Yes.
game because they are going to bring it and they are going to hit you time and time again. We'll dive more into Oklahoma. This is not about them right now, but I saw someone post a tweet about why, Venables over the summer said, I'm calling defense. He said, because I'm kind of good at it. Number one for like 10 different categories in the
Wow.
country and then like 20 in the SEC. Like they're balling. These guys are balling. So anyway, you better get ready for that. But it is. And it's one of those things where I know you trust your development and you like your guys and things of that nature, but this offensive line's just not playing well. I mean, they're not helping anybody. And, maybe part of that is they can't get anything going in the run game and they've got a guy out that they love. But, Arch Manning running it 15 times ain't it. Like that ain't gonna help us right now. He
Mm.
he needs to throw that football and use his legs sparingly and maybe
But they
very
have no other
designed in
runners.
the
They
red
have
zone.
no ability to run
Have
unless
none.
it's him
Have
scrambling.
none.
It's him scrambling. That is it.
Right.
It's not even like these are designed quarterback runs. You
Right.
saw a couple of them,
Right.
but this is I get to the back of my drop, left
Gotta
guard
go.
misses the block, and I just gotta save my body and my soul because it's about to be taken off me. My soul's about to leave my body here in Gainesville, Florida, because my guys can't block. They are god awful blocking, and
Yeah.
it was shocking. I go back to the San Jose State game. I think it was. I don't know if it was that or the UTEP game. It was one of the ones I was breaking down, and I'm watching. I'm like, you're facing one of those 2 teams, and you can't even block them.
Right.
I don't get how you could be that bad up front. So I'm gonna lean on you on this one. How can they be that bad up front that
Yeah.
UTEP and teams like that
Right.
are beating them, and then obviously now it carries over in a big way against
Yeah.
Florida?
Well, I think you look at how good they were last year. Like those guys behind them probably didn't get to play much. They probably
Yeah,
didn't rotate at all. So you've got a lot of new talent. And listen, we're seeing this is a bit of an epidemic here. We're seeing lack of development of offensive line across the
yeah,
whole country. Like we
yeah,
just you can't practice the same. If you're not practicing collisions, high speed, live, is how's that going to translate when you're
yeah,
not already a good player, when you haven't had that, development for years? So when you get your first opportunity, it ain't there. And, you've got a quarterback and a run game that's virtually non-existent. And so there's no help. There's no aid. And surely those are, they go hand to hand. Can the offensive line be better and maybe hide a not great running attack and a great running back hide, lack of production, but they're both bad right
yeah.
now. And that's not a good recipe, for really anything. But honestly, man, I was pretty disappointed in this Texas defense too. Like that was a unit
Oh
that
my gosh.
is flooded with All-Americans that we preseason All-Americans that we thought were going to be guys taking big old steps and just be monsters. And, they didn't sniff Lagaway all day, 0 sacks, only 3 tackles for loss. Like that's not getting it done.
Well, they
And
get their
so,
ass whooped the line of scrimmage on both sides. I think
yeah,
that's the big thing that you
not
walked
good.
away saying.
That ain't good, brother.
Yeah, like this is we this is the theme of this year, I feel like in a lot of ways is still with how many roughing the passer penalties we get and protecting the offense and protecting receivers. It's still a game of physicality. It's still a game of blocking and tackling and doing the fundamentals. And Florida did those fundamentals better in this game. They blocked better. They won
Right.
the line of scrimmage. And I wanna stay on Texas real quick, and we'll get to Florida because I think there's a lot to obviously talk about with the Gators, but I wanna, you know, continue to focus on some of these issues with Texas, and and I think it's a big problem because you're talking about the preseason, what, number 1 team in the country,
Yeah.
and we just talked about, like, preseason number 1. I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, well, they beat," Ohio. Go back to what I said, "Oh, we beat Texas." Like, well, Texas is like, I know they were number 1 at the time, but, like, let's kinda pull that back now, like, that ain't the same kind of football team. Arch Manning showed me some good stuff in the game. I
Sure.
thought he showed some toughness. I thought there was some good accuracy at times. There's one time where he's throwing a sail route and gets blasted in his chest. I'm like, "Man, that's a hell of a
Big boy
throw."
throw. Yeah.
You don't understand, unless you've played the position, how difficult it is when you are getting your head knocked off, feels like every other play, or you're having to escape every other play, how difficult it is to sit in the pocket and trust that you're gonna get protection, you're gonna get the time. Because guess what? The second to last play of the game, they had a wide open touchdown, and I did it on our breakdown, a wide open touchdown to tie it, to possibly tie it, to go into overtime,
Yeah.
but he doesn't trust his offensive line, and he gets out of
Right.
there, and
I
it's
know.
hard to blame him in that situation when you watch the totality of that football game
Yeah.
and what he has to deal with up front. Is he a good quarterback? Is he an elite quarterback? Right now, it's still a no.
Right.
Does he show some good things here or there? Yes. He is a long way to go. But you couple his development and where he is in his development with the lack of explosiveness on the outside and that offensive line, and it's just not going to work for Texas this year. I mean, the ways they were creating explosive plays, I'm not saying it's trickery. Like we talked about Miami, like Miami can line up and just play football. Texas had to do Sark had to get into his bag for them to create explosive plays.
Mhm.
Like the sneak, the double pass that was missed but had an opportunity to score. Like he had to go into his bag. Steve Sarkisian in Texas had to get into their bag
Right.
to scheme up plays. And I didn't think I'd be seeing that this year, unfortunately, for the
I
Longhorns.
agree. I agree. And maybe that's foolish of us, to have done that.
Yeah.
It's first year starter. And this guy's figuring out that this is the and again, this is for all quarterbacks. This isn't the Arch Manning apology tour because I don't care, but it's a general thing that I want people to know about quarterbacks. It's the hardest position in all of sport. It has the most responsibility, it has the most pressure. It also has the most glory, but there's other stuff that comes with that too. Year one as a starter as a Division I school at Texas is very difficult. And
Yeah.
so will we see growth? Probably. I'm sure this kid's going to be unbelievable, but it's going to take time. And it's unfortunate it is highlighted on full display because he's going to be good, but it just takes
He'll
time.
be
And it
good.
takes
I
people
still
help.
don't know how elite Arch will be because I still have yet
Sure.
to see elite
Yeah,
traits
I know.
from him, but I think he is still has an opportunity to be a good quarterback.
Yeah.
Let's flip it over to Florida real quick because they are the team that won
I
it.
want you to
Big
talk
win.
about your guy because he balled out. A fit
DJ?
pushing it, DJ pushing
Well,
it
yeah, he finally
downfield.
just was throwing
Love
it, man. He was ripping
it.
it. Like I said, I'll have a full breakdown of him. We got a lot of really cool clips. Still a little bit erratic with his feet at times, which is something that he needs to continue to work on. But man, like he was just trusting it. He was throwing it. He was seeing it. He was anticipating it. He was doing the arm angles on rollouts. But before we even get to DJ, the reason why they had success was the run game. They committed to it. Jaden Ball, 27 carries.
Love.
27 carries. Like, that is something we've been asking Billy for so long. Like, stop with all the cute stuff. Stop with all the fancy stuff. Just line up and run the football. You have one of the best running backs in the country. You have a very veteran offensive line. Just run it. Just run it and then set up the play. And that the crazy thing is like that's his identity. Like he wants to play action pass almost every single time. But until you commit to the run, that's not going to work.
Mhm.
He said that first drive for Florida was terrific. Running the football, bootlegs, nice passes, run the football, run the football, run the football. And they did over and over and over again. Like this is the kind of game that these are the splits I like to see from Florida.
Right.
37 rushes, 28 passes. I need 55-45, that
Right.
kind of feel.
Yeah.
Run the pass. That is your identity on offense. And I think it got DJ in a rhythm. It gave him an opportunity. Like you said, no sacks. Part to do with because the defensive line doesn't know they can't really get off. If you're play action, those guys are a little bit worried. Are they running? Are they not? And all
Right.
of a sudden, as a quarterback, I need to just sit there and go through my reads and feel confident that I can step in the throws and absolutely rip it. So to see him go 21 to 28, 298, 2 touchdowns, had the one interception where I think the ball got deflected, but you saw some playmakers like that Dallas. We talk about freshman receivers, that Dallas Wilson kid,
Come on.
freaking beast, man. Like
Welcome to
that
the
toe
show,
tap on the
baby.
sideline.
Yeah.
Um, it was a great game. I thought it was another one where it's 21 to 29, but it was not that close.
Right.
Florida dominated Texas. They played great on both sides. DJ played with confidence. They dominated the lines of scrimmage. And this is the type of Florida team that we kind of expected this season. And I think they've just, like I said, been a little bit too cute on offense and haven't got the kind of rhythm that they were able to achieve in this game.
Right. Which again, fun to see them run the ball, which we've been begging for. When you have a 6'2", 235, 240-pound back, hand it to him. Let him do that. But
Not
also,
that hard.
yeah, I know it's not that hard. And also, getting young guys in the game. Hey, look, if you got them, use them.
Yep.
Let those guys flourish. And I thought that was great. Dallas getting his first start there, as a true freshman and exploding, like ready for the moment. And you're right, that toe tap. I obviously, he's just doing his best to stay in bounds, but that was beautiful. That was
Unbelievable.
amazing to see him do that. And then just going back to the defense, I mean, guys causing all kinds of fits. Great job running, getting their hands on the football if Arch was a late or a second late, and just shutting it down. I mean, it was really. We've seen the defense, and we've been pretty high on the defense for a while now and thought that was a real strength of this team. But now the complementary football piece was here, and special things happened, and that environment was great too. I mean, the
Oh,
Swamp,
yeah.
it
You knew
was
they were going to turn up.
they're cranked up. Hey,
Now
did
the
you
big
see Tim
question is,
Tebow ripping his shirt off,
uh,
flexing, saying no one gets out alive? They felt that. They were
well,
ready.
now the big question is going to be, was this the moment that the turnaround happens and Billy Napier saves his job? And it's listen, it is a
Yeah.
beastly schedule going forward. And like, yes, you can build a lot of confidence in this game. We talked about, like, we don't know how good Texas is, but still, that's a number 9 team that came into your house and you beat them up pretty good.
Yeah.
But now you got to go on the road at A&M. You got to face Mississippi State team that's pretty salty this year. You got to face Georgia, neutral site. You had to go to Ole Miss. You had to face Tennessee, and then you have to face Florida State as well. So we knew it was going to be a gauntlet. You couldn't fall behind with the record. They have fallen behind with the record. Um, but do you look at this as the turning point for Florida? Could this
Right.
be the turning point to yet again save Billy Napier, or is it at the point right now of no return
Right.
and it doesn't matter what they do the rest of the season?
No, I
It's
think it
still
matters. I think it
okay.
matters. It's again, it was an ugly start, clearly, and you're
Yeah,
just like, God, this is brutal. But you've got the resume there, and if you win all that, guess what, Florida, you'll be in the college football playoff. I
yeah,
don't care about the 3 losses. What you have in front of you is unbelievable. You just rattled off all those, a lot of single digit numbers by those teams' names,
yeah.
who they have coming up soon, and so why not? And I saw this funny thing. I don't know if you saw it on Twitter where it said, Billy Napier, when his job is his seat is hotter than lava, and it was a picture of Nick Saban and Tua. They're like, these guys just roll. They're just ready to go. So we'll see. You got it. You got the opportunity.
Well, yeah.
What do you want to do, Florida?
I think if you take care of business versus A&M this weekend, I think there's a legitimate conversation of, okay,
Man,
well,
it's just
Billy may not
confidence,
be.
right? Like as a team, you're just like, let's freaking go. Like,
I know.
okay, we got ourselves out. Let's go to
Well, I
work.
think for DJ too, like DJ needed that game. I think if
Yes.
anyone, he needed to see completions. He needed to see success. And once you start feeling that and getting in the rhythm, just like any other position, but especially a quarterback too, once you start getting in that rhythm, now I hope he takes that and just skyrockets, because there's no doubt
Big deal.
in anyone's mind that kid is an absolute talent. So that is Florida, Texas, as the Gators take care of business at home. All right, another team that took care of business at